Hello miners, Rusty coming at you. Today we're going to do a comparison video and we're going to take a look at a Roper Stockman, a Case Stockman, a Baron Son Stockman, Rough Ryder, and this would be another Roper. So we'll go ahead and get this set up and we'll be back in a jiffy. Okay, my plan for this video is just to do a quick overview on each knife. This is Roper from the Chaparral series. Chaparral has to do with the jigging pattern on these. $15 from, who is that? TPK, Traditional Pocket Knives. So, 1065 carbon steel. I'm kind of going over these in the order of size. And this is the Case. This is a Shepherd Hills exclusive. I do have videos out on all of these. Delrin, that's black Delrin. This one has, I'm trying to point out, a little bit of issue with the sheepsfoot. So we'll get back to that. This is in carbon steel. And with Case, your carbon steel is either their chrome vanadium and or their 1095. Notice how those two are about the same size. That one was made in about 2022. I do believe this one is like a 1995. I found this brand new at a sporting goods store. So it's what they call new old stock. It has the rosewood covers, which is my only knife that I can think of with wood handles in the traditional lineup, and really enjoying that. It's also going to have high carbon steel, and that is tank stamped. And for anybody who wants to take a peek at the stamp and the dots, you can let me know if you have. And I think my buddy Tom already told me it was 1995, but I don't remember for sure. We have the Rough Ryder Cinnamon Bone Stag. I might call that a CBS. We'll take a quick peek at that. Great action on this. T10 carbon steel. And that's what that looks like. And then my Roper. And this is a Pit Viper. Is what that one is. And that's a bone like so. And it's got 1065 steel. So let's kind of do a quick recap. 1065 T10 is the Chinese version of 1095. This, from my understanding, is a high carbon stainless steel. Probably going to be your Oz B, or not Oz B, 440B, which is going to be very similar to 8CR and or Oz 8. Carbon steel, or yeah, we'll leave it at that, and 1065. So we'll call this a 1086 or a 1095. But there you go for size and or covers. Now we'll take a look at the gaps and so on. Okay, now we're going to take a peek at this Roper, and I'm new to this, but you can still see, I can see a little bit of the blades aren't touching, and that's a good thing. So when we look at that, I would say that this one is done well. The bones are done. The coloring is great. The lack of gaps. The fit and finish. I got a little bit of a, shall we call it a burr right there. So this one scores really high, especially for the money. Not sure what the blade steel of 1065 is going to do. This one is not put together that well. The blades are rubbing, and you will see that as you'll see the scratches. So if you don't mind, then that's okay. I do see evidence of some gapping here. I have hopefully a little bit of something that happened there. It feels like they dropped it or dented it or something to that effect. trying to work with this light. But here, let's take a peek at how high this blade comes versus how high that blade comes. There's just no need for this blade to be that high up. And we'll flip these around, and again you can see, and so I'll tell you, when I go to use the clip point on this, that's a comfortable grip right here. Okay, and when I go to use the clip point on this, look at that. Case. Frustrate me. All right, we'll leave those two alone. Next size up. This one is actually has a lot to offer. You can tell by the age, the liners are starting to patina, but look at this blade. That's a honker. It's, oh boy, that's hollow ground. I think they all are kind of hollow ground. You know what? A little bit of the same thing, but not as bad with the sheep's foot on these. I think you guys have already seen the, well, that was a nice kind of a tough pull on that. You've already seen the clip point on all these. So I'm going to go ahead and get out the sheep's foot just for fun. We're moving on to my Rough Ryder cinnamon bone steak. I think this is great. What you'll find on this and the marbles with the steak cut is the pins sometimes in there don't get pounded down. This one did, and this one also feeling good. Otherwise, fit and finish pretty good. Little stepping right in here somewhere. And this one is, if this is normal, I said if this is normal for this knife, this one has fantastic action. I don't expect all of Rough Ryder's Stockmans to have this style of action. It's just phenomenal on this one here. So match strike nail nicks. All right, a little bit thicker the bone on those. And then I carry this one. I like this one. This is that Roper with 1065. By the way, I know this comes relatively sharp. This is just okay. This is blah, blah. And this one was pretty good. I don't remember on this one. But I'm going to do a little. All right, you can see that Rough Ryder's going to cant down. Let's see here. These two are very much the same on blade shape. Let's do our Baron Sun to case. Ooh. All right, and then we'll do our case to Roper. All right, and I think we'll just do the Spey blades and we'll be done. Okay, and here we are. And on this one, we're gonna start at the top and work our way down. So we'll do a quick comparison on these. You can kind of see how the cant, how this one comes down, and that's what your Spey blade is looking like there. We get a little bit of the same. I'm not quite sure which one does more. The case has, what do we got? A little bit more belly right in here. You can see more belly, less point, maybe more cant down. You know what I'm talking about, the turn down. So now USA versus USA. We got our Baron Sun, has also a really round, it's really round right there. and not very pointy, and it's a lot taller. And so the case again, maybe we'll see. Okay, we're going USA to China. Oh yeah, you can see the turn down on that. You know, let's see here. More straight out, more turned down. And we have a pretty broad blade. I'm liking the Baron Sun. Doesn't look as attractive, but it looks better performing. Now, Rough Ryder and Roper. The Roper has something that's kind of interesting I was noticing. I don't know if it's on all of them. And that's this little tiny, it comes down and then it flattens out. It's got curve and then it flattens. And I don't know, you know, if you're a skinner, if you're using that, I don't know if that's a design place for your finger. You want to cut like using like this. If that's designed in there, that is a cool idea. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and be done. I know it's a long one, and I thank you for hanging with me.